What's going on, guys? Welcome to the K Fits My Life stream. What's going on, my lifers? And by my lifers, I don't mean in regards to me. I mean in regards to you and your life. You being my lifers for yourself. That's you saying my life. What's going on, guys? Trying to do this thing where I am a lot more regular and consistent with the show. So this week my goal is to do a show a night, except for Wednesday nights because that's when I teach. But we will see. We'll give a few minutes for everybody to come into the room. We'll give a few minutes for everybody to come into the room. What's up? I am MKT. Peace to you as well. Let's see what's going on. What's up, Gypsy Lily? Hey to you too. How's everything going with you? What's up, Judane? I always feel like I say your name wrong. What's up today forever? What's up? What's going on? Fortune over fame. Hello, brother. Says hello, brother. What's going on? Fortune over fame. Good to see you in the chat. It's been a good day. Woke up, sat here and woke up this morning. Got over here and smoked my hookah for a minute. Chilled out. Got out here and made some money today. XJW Survivor, what's going on? Finally caught you on the live chat. Big fan. Hey, thank you, XJW Survivor. Foxy Loxy, what's going on? What's up, Aramis? Good to see you, bro. Missed last night's show, but I'm here tonight looking sharp, bro. Hey, man, you know I'm just trying to be somebody when I grow up. You know what I'm saying. Fortune over fame says here for some inspiration, my man. All right. Gypsy Lily says excited for today's discussion. Well, you know what, guys? You know how I am really open and honest with you guys. Today is a glass of wine day because I am going to tell you guys my entire story for the last. I'm going to really break down what's been going on, how you guys have been like, where you been? I'm going to tell you exactly what's been going on. I'm going to tell you my whole story unabridged. I'm going to let it all out because this show is about dealing with negative times with a positive attitude. And this one is a lot. I don't have, I never have any script or anything like that. What's up, John Seth? It's good to see you in the show, brother. I never have any type of script. I never have anything planned out. I just talk. And at first, today's show was going to be about what is your why? And I think I'm going to do that one tomorrow because something just kind of hit my spirit and just say, you know what? I want to talk about this today. Dealing with negative times with a positive attitude. So I am going to tell you all the whole story of Keith Fitzpatrick, how I got here, and everything that has been happening to me the last few months, because it's a lot. What's up, Red Boy? Great to see you too. Great to see you too, man. So, yeah, man. It's good to see everybody in here. Aramis says, I like the title of this video. You have another video titled this that I watch every day. Goes into detail about the lady who passed away from cancer that had you in that you had in your class. Oh yeah. I am MKT. I am MKT says, hope all is well. K Fitz. This Marbo, I changed my name. Glad to check out your live stream. Oh, okay. Oh, this is Marbo. I changed my name. Glad to check out your live stream. Okay, I had to read that again. I didn't get it. Yeah, Aramis, that lady, she was really cool. She was a really cool person, and she was really nice in the face of what she was dealing with. So yeah, dealing with negative times with a positive attitude. All right, guys, let's jump in. Let me get another sip real quick. I'm gonna need a whole bunch. I think I'm gonna drink this whole bottle of wine on this show. This is gonna be. I'm not gonna say this is gonna be a short one because this is gonna be a lot. I'm really gonna tell you guys everything about me for real. I'm gonna let it all out. All things that have happened to me. All right. So let's jump in. So I'm just going to talk about this off the top of my head. I don't have any script. Now we'll go back to when I why are you laughing at me, Aramis? All right. So as I've told you guys before, the woman I was married to was a Jehovah's Witness as well. And cheers to you too. Cheers to everybody. Get your glasses of wine. Let's do this thing. The woman that I was married to was a Jehovah's Witness as well. After I had that big dream that changed my life, that was when I decided to no longer be a Jehovah's Witness. I think I was around 25, 26. And so, y'all are killing me with these emoticons, man. We were married from the time I was 18 until I was 32. Now, when I was 32, we had a friend of the family, someone that we had known for several years, that was an attorney. My ex-wife was a nanny for some rich people. This one guy was an attorney. So when we decided to divorce, we had him draw up our divorce papers. So we went to one of her other rich friends' houses, and they were our witness as we signed our divorce papers. We signed our divorce papers in their kitchen. She signed as a witness. So I moved to a part of town called Hermitage, which was about 45 minutes from where she was. I wanted to make sure that I was far away because initially I didn't even want. She was the one that initially said, I want to get this divorce, because what happened was we had a house fire. Our house burned down, and it was at that point we were already, splitting up. But it was at that point that it was like, all right, we can go ahead and go our separate ways all the way. You know what I mean? So I moved to Hermitage after we signed the paperwork. A little apartment. So I'm thinking, all right, we signed the papers. The attorney tells us, all right, that's it. That's all I need. You're done. Now, of course, being a Jehovah's Witness, I didn't know really a lot about anything about the way the world worked, but I knew him, and he was a good friend of ours. So I just assumed, okay, he said everything is done. We're done. Moved, got my apartment. I'm having I'm having like issues. I'm by myself for the first time in my entire life. Literally, the first time in my life, I am alone. So I'm in the house, my apartment. I nicknamed it the Fortress of Solitude because I was always by myself. So I'm teaching classes. You know, I'm a choreographer and dancer. I started teaching the adult classes at the studio. And I see this woman. She was wearing some gray sweatpants that were short but tight and a white tank top. And she had long blonde hair that was curly, came up the top, went down her back. She was shaped like a black girl. She was like, I was like, wow. I said, who is that? I was talking to the owner, and she told me her name. And so she was in my class, and I would just make eyes at her every now and then. And one day, I made sure that I was in a position to talk to this woman. And I overheard her talking about her daughter needing some GameCube games. Well, I'm a huge gamer. And I said, oh, I heard you talking about some games. I have a bunch of GameCube games. You give me your email address or something, I can get them to you. She said, okay. Gave me her email address. I don't think I ever talked about the GameCube games because I was interested in taking her out and stuff. So we got together, and we ended up being boyfriend and girlfriend. This was almost 10 years ago. And by far the best relationship that I have ever had, in all aspects, communication, just loving this person. She was beautiful, and she was super good in bed. We had great sex. But we also could listen to each other, and we could talk to each other. We would sit on the lawn in my apartment complex, and I would bring out a blanket and I would have my hookah out there, and we would sit together and smoke hookah and have some wine and just sit and talk. We could talk for hours. Well, one day we were gonna go to Mexico together, and I didn't have my passport, so I had to go through all these hoops at the post office to get my passport. And I finally got it, and we were all set to go to Mexico together. And got on the plane. We're getting ready to go on the plane. My ex-wife calls me. Now I'm about to leave my apartment to go to her house, to my girlfriend's house, to get ready to go to Mexico. My ex-wife says, my daughter needs to get her hair done. I say, okay, well, I am going out of town. But what I will do, I'll leave the key and I'll just leave the money on the table. And you can just go ahead and get the money and, take her to get her hair done. She says, okay. My happy black ass and my girl fly off to Mexico. And when I tell you we had the best time, it was one of the best memories I have in my life. We had a beautiful time, wonderful time. This was about 2 years into our 10-year relationship. We come back from Mexico, and I am at my apartment. My girlfriend calls me and says, I don't want to say this person's name, so I'm going to say she. She just left my house. I said, what? She said she just left my house. She came to my house and she just left. I said, what did she want? My girlfriend says, you're still married. I said, what? So what happened, my ex had gone to the attorney and told the attorney to stop the proceedings of the divorce without talking to me about it. She didn't tell me. So I didn't know. So she went to my girlfriend's house, because when she went into the house to get my money to give to my daughter to get her hair done, she went through my house, stole all my journals and all the cards that my girlfriend had given me. So she got my girlfriend's address and she read all of my personal journals. At that time, I was doing this book called The Artist's Way that was supposed to help people work through a lot of problems that they had mentally, especially for creative people. So at that point, when she left my girlfriend's house, she came to my house. And she was upset that I had moved on. This is literally 4 years after we had split up. 4 years. And I'm not exaggerating. 4 years after we split up. So, of course, my girlfriend was very upset. And I said, she broke up with me. And I was like, look, I'll take care of this. Just don't break up with me. I'll take care of it. About a week later, we got back together. But then, one day, I get this text from my ex-wife. And it's real weird. And I'm thinking something is wrong with this text. What is she? It was like a goodbye text. So I got to her place because something told me something was wrong. And I drove from my house to her house, which was a 45-minute drive. And I think I got there in like 15 or 20 minutes. Busted through the window because I couldn't get in the house and she wouldn't answer the door. Busted through the window, climbed in, and she had taken all these hydrocodone pills and OD'd. It was like, had pills and pictures of our daughter all around her. And she sent this text to me and to her brothers. Now, looking back on it, I know what it was. At the time, I was more concerned about my daughter's mother. Looking back on it, I know it was something that was done. I know exactly what it was and why it was done. It was done as an attention grab and as a way to put me in the position that it put me in. But we'll get to that in a moment. So I bust through the window, see her laying in the bed, OD'd on pills. And I look around, found the pills that she had taken, called 911. Her brothers come. I tell them, look, 911 asks that one of you wait outside so they know that they're at the right place. 911 comes in. Yes, today forever, manipulation. Exactly what it was. 911 comes, the ambulance comes, takes her to the hospital. Now, my daughter is at school. So I have to go pick my daughter up after they take her to the hospital, tell my daughter what happened. So now at this point, I am the horrible person. Yes, Gypsy Lily, wow. Gypsy Lily says, wow, and this is a JW that did this. Exactly. And we're not even done yet. And so I go to the hospital to see her, all this stuff. Now, at this point, her family thinks I'm horrible because she tried to kill herself. My family thinks I'm horrible because she tried to kill herself. When in actuality, this was all her idea. She wanted to get divorced. She didn't want me to be around. I simply did exactly what she wanted. Now, after she got what she wanted and she saw that it wasn't what she actually wanted, now she wanted me back. But I had already told her, look, we've broken up like 3 times. If you break up with me one more time, damn it, that's it. I'm not coming back. And I meant that shit. So when we broke up that last time and she's like, I'm done. I won't come to your house, but I will always be there for you and Alexis. I won't come to your house unless you ask me to be there. I won't pop up. I won't say anything to you. Done. So now in relation to my girlfriend, Today Forever says JWs are trained narcissists. Yes. So now that she's tried to commit suicide, I'm looking at my daughter because my daughter lives with her. So I'm thinking, okay, I can't go out here now that my daughter's mother has tried to commit suicide, because if I bring her to court right now, she's either going to try to kill herself again, or she's going to be super jealous that me and my daughter have such a good relationship. And somebody that tries to commit suicide, I don't know what their mental state is. So she might try to harm my daughter. So my hands are tied because I really, in my heart, didn't feel as if I could take her to court at that time. So I talked to my girlfriend about it. This was 2 years into our 10-year relationship. So we moved forward with our relationship. Now, we're going to fast forward up to about December. John Seth says, how old was your daughter then? She was still in high school. I think she was a sophomore or junior. So she was 14, 15-ish. So that put a strain on my relationship with my girlfriend, because she told me later that she didn't look at our relationship the same after that. Even though it was something that I didn't do, it was nothing that I caused, I was still in a position where I was manipulated, and there was nothing that I really could do. I could have done something, but I thought the consequences would have been very dire had I done that. So I had to wait until my daughter moved out. That was the only thing I could do. And at that time, I had to do what I thought was best for my daughter. With my girlfriend, she had a daughter as well, but I never asked my girlfriend to put her daughter before me. And so I thought that under the circumstances, it would be okay for me to put my daughter before her, since I told her, you put your daughter before me. Totally understand. So Fast forward several years. December of 2018. Shit starts to hit the fan for your boy. My girlfriend and I have been in a relationship for almost 10 years at this point. And time and distance, with her having her daughter with her and me not having a daughter and me having so much free time and her not having free time, put a strain on our relationship. So, yeah, I drank it all today forever. I need to get another one. So I tell her that, hey, maybe I feel like our relationship is at an impasse. I don't want us to break up, but maybe, I don't want us to break up, but sometimes I think we should. I don't want that, though. I really don't. Why don't we take some time and figure out a way to mend our relationship? I said, why don't you come over tomorrow? I'll make dinner, and we'll sit down and talk. So she comes over. I take some turkey breasts and some rotisserie turkey breasts, make some garlic herb roasted potatoes, make a fresh side salad with some tomatoes and pesto and, grated cheese, Parmesan. Took some Italian bread, sliced it into squares, put it in the oven, made some homemade croutons. Got her favorite Pinot Grigio wine, got my favorite Moscato wine. She came over, we sat down and ate dinner together, and we started to talk. Conversation was going well. And then we hit an impasse. And she was still upset that the divorce wasn't finalized. And my daughter had just moved out so that she was not at home anymore. And so Judaim says, Chef Boyardee, I try to do what I can for my girl, you know what I mean? I'm a pretty good cook. So I said, look, I've hired an attorney. It's going to be done. She said, but you're still married. I said, technically, according to paperwork in the courthouse, yeah, but really, for real, I've been with you for 10 years, and I've hired this attorney. It's going to take a little bit more time. My daughter's moved out. It's going to be done in like 60 to 90 days. That's it. She just kept going on with it. And I was like, look, there's nothing more I can do. It's going to be done in 60 to 90 days. That's all I can do. And if this is going to be a huge problem, maybe you should just leave because there's nothing more I can do. So she just starts to leave, puts her shoes on, keeps yelling or keeps talking. I'm like, look, there's nothing more to say. I can't do anything more. Don't talk, just leave. So she takes her hands, places them underneath the table that we were eating on, where 2 wine glasses and my laptop are, and proceeds to throw the table at me. I move out of the way as the wine glasses and the laptop and the tabletop fly by. So at that point, I'm livid. I'm like, no, you didn't come in here and throw this table at me. So I go over to where she's standing. I grab her by the arm and I push her toward the door. Say, get out of here. Get out. I've never destroyed property in your house. Get out of here. Get out. So I push her toward the door. She trips over my threshold, falls down, gets up, walks out of my life. Now, around this same time, is when, well, before this, she, of course, we have broken up. So for the last 10 years, she has been my best friend, and her family has been my family. So I lose my girlfriend of 10 years, and I lose the family that was with her. So shortly after that, I start to go to therapy. And my therapist tells me, he helps me to reconnect with my family. So I've lost this family that's been my family for 10 years. And I gain my family back. What's up, Great Dane? And super happy about that. Then my ex-wife steps in and takes that away from me. So now I've lost my girlfriend of 10 years, the family that was basically my family that was her family for 10 years, that's gone. And now my family is gone again. And after all the things that she sent to my parents, the elders told my parents, her and my daughter not to communicate with me. And my ex-wife was also telling my daughter how dangerous what I was saying was and how bad it was. So I'm in danger of losing my daughter as well. So one day, on a Sunday night, now I've been taking therapy classes. I've been taking therapy for weeks. I've spent about $2,100 on therapy because I have to pay out of pocket. I'm laying in bed on a Sunday night, and where I live, it's a pretty nice, super nice neighborhood, but there's always trucks that come through the neighborhood because there's a huge office next door. So I didn't really think of anything of it when I heard this huge truck coming next door. But this truck sounded a little different. Got up and looked in my backyard. This fucking truck is a tow truck, and it has my car hooked up onto the tow truck. I'm like, fuck, what is this shit? So I go put my damn robe on, go outside, and I'm like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Dude, you're on the repo list. I said, I just paid my bill. I thought I just paid the money comes out of my account. What are you talking about? You're on the repo list. You can either give us your keys or we can take your keys. I'm like, y'all not finna take these keys. Y'all can try it. I'll give them to you, but you're not finna take these keys. Don't pull up with me with that bullshit. Don't think just because this is a white neighborhood, hey bro, you gonna step in some shit if you try to do this. Foxy Loxy says, what's your daughter's stance on the JWs? Is she a believer? Enough that she can still have a relationship with her mom, because her and her mom still love each other, and I don't think my daughter ever wants to not be with her mom. But I'm gonna get to that in a moment, Foxy Loxy. Great question. We'll get to that in a second. So, repo men say you can reach in your car and get your stuff out if you want to. All right? So I go in the car, get all my shit out, because I don't have much stuff in there because my car I'm super OCD, so there's not much in there. So I sit and watch them take my car away. And I'm so proud of that car because I had to do so much work to get that car. And I'm thinking, well, damn, I must have been spending so much money on therapy that I wasn't checking my bank account. And I thought the money was coming out, but that money was going to therapy. I was going to therapy twice a week, once, twice, 3 times a week. So now I'm sitting at home thinking, what the hell am I going to do? What the hell am I going to do? Monday morning comes. I call the finance company. I said, why did y'all take my why y'all take my damn car? And how can I get it back? Finance company says, oh, you can get it back, all right. In order to get it back, you are going to have to pay, and this is the exact amount, $2,635.25.
Say what?
Yeah. $2,635.25.
Hoo, 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 new.
So I hear this total. What's up, Reb? He says it's the JW curse. You got too close. So I hear this total, and I'm thinking, you might as well have said $16 skillion because I ain't got that shit. How the hell am I going to come up with $2,635.25? So this is Monday morning. So I said, where's my car? They tell me it's at this lot in Madison. Madison is about 30 minutes from where I am. So I call the lot in Madison. I said, hey, this is Keith Fitzpatrick. I'm calling about my car. 2014 Volkswagen Passat. They say, oh, yeah, that's a nice car. It's in Memphis. I said, what? Wait a minute. What? Oh, yeah, it's a nice car. It's in Memphis.
Say what?
I'm like, Memphis? Memphis. As in Memphis, Tennessee. Yeah. It's at the Memphis Auto Auction. And you only have 7 more days to get your car back. Today Forever says you paid for therapy to get close to your parents, lost them, and paid the price with your car. Damn, bro, your luck is bad. Don't speak too quickly today Forever. You don't know how the story ends yet. So, this all is happening between December and February. I've lost my girlfriend of 10 years. I've lost her family. I've lost my family. I've lost my car. And because it was almost 2 weeks without my car, I was in danger of losing my home too, because I didn't have the money, I didn't have the ability to make money because I didn't have a car. So I had to spend a whole week thinking about all the shit that I've lost. And when I say that this was by far the worst time of my life. I don't have a TV at home, but I have a projector. And one of the things that I like to do is after a long day, every now and then I'll come home, find a movie on my projector. I have a 5-speaker surround sound system. crank that shit up, smoke my hookah, have a glass of wine, get some Chinese food. That's my relaxation. It happens maybe once or twice a week, maybe. But I was so sad and stressed that I couldn't even enjoy it. During this time, my parents wouldn't answer the phone. Alexis' mom blocked me on her phone. My girlfriend blocked me. So I'm reaching out to my parents to try to beg them to let me be in their life. They're not answering. They're not being receptive. I'm chasing down my girlfriend, going to her house. Please get back with me. I'm doing all this stuff. I'm trying to be a better person. I'm doing this and that. My girlfriend is not trying to hear it. I'm being so pitiful, just chasing her all around, sending her flowers, sending her cards. So I just went to her house and said, look, if you don't want to be with me, tell me to my face right now. And she says, I don't want to be with you. I don't feel the same. Haven't felt the same about you in a long time. I was just going through the motions. You need to move on. So at this point, everything's gone. No family, no girlfriend, not her family. It's just me. My aunt, which I love her dearly. But you know what I mean. So my daughter calls me one day. And you know how they always say it's darkest before the dawn. But before I talked to my daughter, I was at this place where I felt like everything was gone. I didn't have anybody or anything, and everybody who had meant something to me for an extended period of time in my life was gone. And they thought badly of me, which made me, in the moment, think badly of myself. I only had a couple of people that were in my corner, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough at that time. So one night, after discovering that I couldn't call my parents, I couldn't call Alexis' mom, I couldn't call my girlfriend because they had all blocked me, I talked to a girl. Her name is Felicia. She's like a sister to me. And another woman, she was on the show, but she lives in Texas. She's a good friend. And they were both trying to reach out to me, and I wouldn't answer them because I had a bottle of sleeping pills in my medicine cabinet, and I didn't see a way out. I thought I've lost my family. I've lost my girlfriend, lost her family. I felt like I was in danger of losing my daughter to the organization. I was afraid that I was going to lose my home. I was going to be homeless again with no car. My lights were literally in danger of being turned off. I literally didn't know what I was going to do, and I didn't want to be here anymore. I had made up in my mind that I was done. I was done. This isn't long ago, guys. This is like January. This is like January. Red Boy, thank you so much for a $20 donation. I would try to come to this desk and sit down and talk to you guys, but there was a block. It wouldn't allow me to do it. Whatever it was that I was thinking about and going through, I couldn't talk to anybody. That's why I haven't been around. That's why I haven't been here. It's not that I've been busy. It was that I was fucking depressed. And I would come into my house, look at my desk, and be like, fuck it, I can't even sit in that fucking chair. I can't even sit in that chair. For months, I wouldn't even sit in this chair. So Felicia called me. She was like, Keith, answer the phone. I wouldn't answer the phone. And I went in my medicine cabinet and I looked at those pills and I got them down. And I really, yes, January 2019. And I looked at those pills. And Felicia just kept texting me. Reagan just kept texting me. We need you to answer the phone. Answer the phone. I wouldn't answer the phone. And I finally just texted them back and I said, I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to be here anymore. I'm tired of losing people. I'm tired of feeling like a bad person. No matter what I do, it feels like it's not enough. I feel like no matter how much I give, it's not enough. And I didn't want to be here anymore. So Felicia just kept texting me. And if it wasn't for her, Felicia, she's literally like my sister. If it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't be here right now. She just kept texting me, Keith, you got too many people that care about you. You have too many people that depend on you. Your daughter needs you. Lots of people love you. Don't do whatever you're thinking of doing, because I think she knew what I was planning on doing. So I didn't do it, but I came really, really close. I came real close to taking all those pills because I just wanted to go to sleep and not wake up. That was the first time I've ever really seriously thought of killing myself. But it was because, I just lost so much and I felt like there was nothing left. And I've been begging everybody to love me. It was like I didn't love myself enough to realize that I didn't need to beg someone to love me. And I think that is something that a lot of us as XJWs deal with. Fortune over Fame says, I'm on the verge of being homeless. Child support is destroying me. I pay my rent, but it's always paid late. Now they want me out, and I'm basically behind on everything. But for some reason, I feel everything is going to be okay. We're going to get there. Fortune over Fame, everything is going to be okay. Hold on 1 second, guys. Let me get some more liquor. So, that day comes and goes. Now, I'm still in this position, like you, Fortune over Fame. No car. Bills piled up. I'm behind on rent. I'm behind on electricity. I'm behind on everything. Everything. And I'm thinking I'm going to be homeless without a car. I know how to be homeless with a car. Homeless without a car, whole different situation. XJW Survivor says, we all need you. Thank you for this channel, Keith. It's helped so many of us. You are so right, though. Self-love needs to come first. And we were robbed of that growing up, JW. It's so true. John says, I love you. Love you too, bro. Today Forever says, if one person got you, hold on to them. When you have no footprints in the sand, that's because they are carrying you. I like that poem. So, I'm sitting at home, not knowing how I'm going to get through this situation. And then something happened. I discovered that I actually had friends. And I know we all know we have friends, but once I left the organization, I didn't have friends for a really long time. Aramis says, I'm homeless now. The reason why I found Keith was through his video on being homeless and living in your car. You are what keeps me going, Keith, and I'm happy you're back doing the shows. Thank you so much, Aramis. And I'm glad I could help. Fortune over Fame says, I have to work 2 jobs and it's not helping much. Trust me, I feel the same way you felt. I feel like I'm here to lose. We're going to get to all of that, guys. I had to do something that I'm not used to doing. I had to do something that I hadn't done in a really long time. I had to ask for help. And I'm somebody that is used to doing everything myself. I haven't really needed help in a long time. So I called one of my friends. And that's one thing I can say. You can tell who your real friends are when you're in a real tight situation. That will tell you who your real friends are. Excuse me. So I called one of my friends. I called my boy Roger. I told him, look, man, going through it. I really need some help. Whatever you can do, I'd appreciate it. My boy Rod said, "I'll give you 200. Don't worry about it." So I just started a business, so I don't have it as much as I could. I normally would have been able to give you all of it, but I can give you 200. Hey man, anything helps. I appreciate it. Another person, yeah, I can give you 175. Throw you 175. Hey, appreciate it. Thank you. One of the studios where I teach, she said, "Well, you haven't. I've taught there for 4 years and I've never missed a day. I'll just give you $800. You can just keep teaching and just work it off." Thank you so much. So I'm in here on the phone with my finance company, and my next door neighbors knock on the door. I was like, "Hey." First, I didn't know who it was. I just heard somebody knocking on the door, and I'm like, "Damn, who is this? I guess they come to take my damn balls, too. You want my balls? Can I just keep my damn balls, please?" "No, sir, we need your balls." Damn. Open the door. It's my next door neighbor. And they're like, "Well, we haven't seen your car, but we heard you in here and we were wondering if something had happened. What's going on?" I said, if y'all can just give me a minute, I'll be over there in a minute. And so I said, I went over there and talked to them, and they said, "Where's your car?" And I told them what happened. And my neighbor said, "Are you going to be able to get it back?" I was like, "Yeah, I need this much money." So I'm just standing there talking to him. Like, I never would have talked to them about this. So I'm standing there. We're just shooting the shit about something else. I hear a cha-ching on my phone. I look down. My neighbor sends me $400. "Go get your car, dude." So now I have all the money I need to get my car. But it was only because I asked for help. Now, I'm not out of the woods yet. I called the finance company, and I literally had to walk to Kroger. Kroger wouldn't do a MoneyGram, so I had to walk to Walgreens. Walgreens wouldn't do a MoneyGram. I had to walk back to my house, try to do it on the internet. They wouldn't do a MoneyGram. Had to get my neighbor to take me to the Walmart 30 minutes away. They finally did the MoneyGram. I came back. Got a ticket on the Greyhound because my car is in Memphis. So I got a ticket to Greyhound on a Friday to go to get my car. Get to the Greyhound, bus late. Missed my appointment. Can't go get my car till Monday. Go back home. Monday morning, get to Greyhound 3:30 in the morning. 4-hour drive to Memphis. Get to Memphis, have to wait another hour. Get an Uber to the auto lot. And I finally get my car back. Drive my car back home. Now I'm still 2 weeks, no money. So I'm behind on everything. So I drive, choreograph, do some other things, make my money back, pay back the people who were nice enough to loan me money. And now I'm in the thick of trying to heal my relationship with my parents, asking them to love me, basically. I'm telling them how much I love them, how much I love them, how much I love them, how much I love them. Not getting anything back. I drive to my girlfriend's house. She's on her way to work. And I'm asking her, telling her how much I love her, sending her flowers. and a card and a CD with a song on it, and that's asking her, is there not a chance for us? Can we not work it out? Is there anything I can do? I love you. Can we please work it out? She says no. Haven't felt the same about you in a long time. I was going through the motions. You need to move on. That was almost a month ago. Does it hurt? Fuck yes. It hurts to lose everything. But one day, I went to sleep and I listened to this meditation music, and I meditated that night, and I meditated that morning when I woke up. And I kept doing that for several weeks. And then one day I realized that if somebody wants to walk out of your life, you have to let them. You have to let them. Now, before I came to that realization, my daughter called me and said, "Hey, Dad, you want to hang out?" I said, "Fuck yeah, I want to hang out with my girl. What time?" So I drive to Clarksville. It's like an hour drive. Go hang out with my daughter, my awesome ass daughter. So we're sitting there talking. Now, this is where the positive attitude things comes in. This is where we start with the positive attitude part. Me and my daughter both like to smoke hookah. So we're sitting there smoking the hookah, her hookah. And she says, no, I said, well, I haven't talked to your mom in a long time. You know, she's not talking to me anymore. And she's like, yeah, I know. It's all right. I don't know what that's all about. She says, but when I said, well, how do you feel about your mom finding somebody else and getting married? She's like, I would be super happy for her to do that. I said, I would too. I hope she finds somebody. I said, well, how would you feel about me finding somebody else? She said, I want you to be happy too, Dad. I want you to find somebody. Why, do you have a girlfriend? And I said, well, I did. We just broke up recently. But I'm hoping there's a chance for us to get back together. John Seth says, what's hooker? Hooker? It's not hooker. It's hookah. Let me show you how it's spelled. It's like what the little worm was smoking in Alice in Wonderland. I don't know if you ever seen that cartoon. It's an Indian flavored tobacco. That's water vapor. So I said, well, what about me? She said, well, I want you to be happy too, Dad. Why, do you have somebody? I said, well, I did. We just broke up, but I'm hoping there's an opportunity for us to repair our relationship. She says, well, I hope that you do. And she said, how long were y'all together? And I said, for almost 10 years. And I said, I never wanted to, no, not like marijuana, John Seth. It's flavored tobacco, like strawberry, mint, mango. You're messing up the story, John. Just relax. It's just like a relaxing smoke. It just gives you a nice little relaxed time. You just like, and it's really social. Like everybody sits around and smokes the hookah. It smokes for like hours. But but it's flavored. So it's basically like flavored water vapor with a little bit of nicotine in there for relaxation. So my daughter says, how long were you together? I said, almost 10 years. And I say, here we go with the positivity part. I say, I didn't want to bring her around you because I knew you were having therapy about me and your mom not being together anymore. And my daughter says, I really wasn't in therapy because of you guys splitting up. I was in therapy so that me and mom could communicate with each other a little bit better because we were having trouble communicating with each other. And so we were in therapy just so we could talk to each other because I couldn't talk to her. And I understood why you had such a problem talking to her because I couldn't talk to her either because I'm so much like you. And she would always talk about how I'm so much like you, which caused a problem with us communicating with each other. And so when we were in therapy together, you know, I told her about me getting married and all this stuff. And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. I said, what? You're married? And she said, yeah. December 31st was our 1-year anniversary. I said, what? She said, yeah. I told Angie, I didn't mean to say her name. I told her a long time ago in therapy, I thought she would have told you. And I said, no, she didn't tell me. And I said, I wish you would have told me. And she said, well, I just assumed that mom would have told you. And I said, no. And so at this point, this is my daughter. I'm tearing up. I'm crying like a little bitch. I am crying like a little bitch. But my daughter said something that made me feel so good. My daughter said, Daddy, that's what she calls me, Daddy. I said, Alexis, I didn't mean to say her name either. God damn, it's this liquor. I should have drank this. I said, are you happy? I said, baby, are you happy? And she said, yeah, Dad, I'm happy. I'm really, really happy. And this is when I lost it. She said, if it wasn't for you and all the times that you've been there to listen to me and all the things that you've said to me and all the things that you told me, I wouldn't be in this happy place that I am right now. So I want to say thank you. I really want to thank you for always being there for me. And when I tell you the waterworks just flowed and she was crying and I was crying and we hugged each other, it was literally the most beautiful moment that I've ever had in my life, to have that moment with my daughter. And so for all those years I had been carrying this negativity about my daughter that wasn't even true. It was just an illusion that I thought was true, but it wasn't really true. After we had that conversation, my whole outlook changed. After I begged my parents to talk to me and they wouldn't do it, my whole outlook changed. After I asked my girlfriend if there's a chance for us to reconcile our relationship and she said no, my whole outlook changed. I said, Keith, have some fucking dignity. Now, had I had some fucking dignity for myself going through all of this shit, I would not have allowed my parents to treat me like shit. No matter how they tried to say it, and no matter how my father tried to disguise it, well, I'm trying to hide. I'm trying to make sure that I have a happy home. No, motherfucker, you're treating me like shit. You're treating me like some redhead stepchild. You're treating me like shit. You're sneaking off to talk to your fucking son. And I can't even call you or come to your fucking house because you're treating me like shit. Here I am begging this woman like a little fucking pussy. Please love me. Please love me. Pathetic as fuck. And she's like, no. And I'm still begging like a little pussy. Sorry for saying that word, but it's just the only way I can describe it. I'm going around begging these people to love me. And that's not how fucking love should work. Now, am I going to sit here and say that everything is amazing now? Fuck no. Shit is still hard. But my attitude about myself is completely different now than it was a month ago or months ago. So when I say that the title, like in the title of this video, dealing with negative times with a positive attitude, sometimes the only thing that we may have to hold on to is the way that we think about ourselves. Because sometimes motherfuckers will make it so hard to feel like you are a good motherfucking person. Motherfuckers will try to break your motherfucking ass down. And the only person, sorry, red boy, I didn't mean to disrespect redheads. The only person that can hold you up sometimes is your motherfucking self. And sometimes the family you were born into, you gotta find some other motherfuckers that'll hold you up better than them. Now, my aunt is my motherfucker. My aunt has my back, and I fucking love my aunt. But at the end of the day, when I got my car back, when I got out here and made that money, when I got out here and paid all those friends back, when I got to the point where I could sit in my house and feel fucking comfortable again, when I got to the point where I could leave my house and feel good about myself, when I got to the point where I could lay my motherfucking head down in my bed and go to fucking sleep and not be anxious about these 4 motherfuckers in my life that were making me feel that I was allowing to make me feel like I was less than. That's when I got to the point where I realized I should have had a positive attitude about this shit a long fucking time ago. But you know what? Sometimes it takes time. Sometimes a diamond is thrown into the mud but that doesn't make that diamond any less a diamond. The diamond is still a diamond. Someone just has to wipe the mud off of it to appreciate how beautiful it is. And we are the ones sometimes that have to wipe the mud off of ourselves so that we can appreciate how beautiful we really are. Because most of the time in this motherfucking world, nobody else is going to do that shit for you but you. So every motherfucking morning, I wake up. I shower, I turn all electronic devices up. Actually, before I even get out of the bed, I do my first meditation. And I tell myself how fucking amazing I am. I tell myself how fucking amazing I am, because you know what? Nobody else is going to do that shit. First thing in the morning. Because I am fucking amazing. Just like all of us in this community are fucking amazing. Most people would not be able to deal with the shit that we've dealt with and come through on the other end the way we have. I go and take my shower, and when I'm in the shower, I tell God, whatever you want to call it, God, the universe, whatever, how grateful I am to have my motherfucking car back. How grateful I am to have my motherfucking house. How grateful I am to have fucking electricity. How grateful I am to have money in the bank. How grateful I am to have been able to pay all those people back. How grateful I am to have my daughter who said those things to me that made me realize how great I am. Because if you can't be grateful for the little things, you don't deserve the big things. If you can't be grateful for the little things, you don't deserve the big things. So every day I start with how amazing I am, how grateful I am for everything. And then I go out there and I have a wonderful day. Is it easy every day? No, because it's still loss. But if you don't concentrate on the loss and the absence of things, and you concentrate on the things that you want to bring into your life, Gypsy Lily, when you say, how do you meditate? It helps a lot. It helps a lot. Meditation and bringing good things into your life is so much about appreciating you and loving you. Because you can't give love until you realize that you are love and that you are deserving of love. And what we have gone through as XJWs has robbed us all, in some cases, of a lot of the self-love that we need in order to love ourselves enough to love other people the way that they deserve to be loved, and the love that and has robbed us of the ability to receive the love that we deserve. Because there were times where my girlfriend would try to give me love, and I wasn't able to receive it because of what I've gone through. And she didn't understand it because she hasn't gone through what I've gone through. And it's not all me. There were a lot of things in my relationship, but I am able to accept responsibility for my part in it. But these last December, January, and February were not what's up for your boy. It was literally the hardest time in my life. literally the hardest time in my life, and I'm coming out of the other end of that tunnel now, and I feel much better. And I am much better. I am literally a completely different person than I was in December. But the whole point of this conversation is that sometimes we're going to have negative things that happen in our lives. We can't control everything that happens outside of ourselves, but we can control how we think and how we attract things to us. A lot of times the things that happen to us are a result of the way that we think about ourselves. And if we consistently know how amazing we are in spite of all the things that we've gone through in this community, we can start to attract better things to our lives. That's the point. We have to learn to control our thoughts about ourselves. That's the key. If we think we're shit, we're going to attract shit. If we think we're fucking amazing, then we're going to attract fucking amazing things. So no matter what we're going through, if we're going through negative times and we start to think negatively and concentrate on the negative things, we are going to attract more negativity into our lives. If we wake up every morning and give thanks to whatever deity you give thanks to, and show gratitude for every little thing, for any little thing, you will get more things to be grateful for. But we as XJWs have gone through a lot, and only we understand what we've gone through. I've gone through a lot in the last 4 months. I've gone through a lot in the last 10 years. I've gone through a lot in the last 20 years. The whole point of this story was not to play the victim and make people feel bad about me and, oh, poor Keith. No, fuck that. The point of this story was to say that no matter what I've been through, my black ass is still here. My motherfucking ass is still here. And through all of that shit that I went through, that doesn't mean that I don't deserve to be loved, that I don't deserve to love someone, and that I don't deserve to be fucking happy. Just like any of us, we all deserve to love, to be loved, and to be fucking happy. But it all comes down to how we think and feel and what we believe and what we know about ourselves. And the only way that we can get through negative times and negative feelings, because all of us as XJWs have those negative feelings, the only way that we can get through them is if we have a positive attitude about ourselves. Fortune over Fame says amen, and I can honestly say I haven't been grateful and drowning in self-pity. I have to correct that. Fortune over Fame, you have to correct that. When I was living in my car, as I said yesterday, the first few months were so fucking difficult. After about 6 months, it became so normal to me because I worked so much. I saved so much money. I didn't have to worry about anything. I didn't have any bills. I didn't have anybody knocking on a door because I didn't have one but my car door. If you change the way The thing with the world is if you change the way you see things, then the things you see change. If you change the way you see things, then the things you see change. And I stopped seeing myself as homeless and started seeing myself as someone that slept in a car. That was the difference for me. So stop drowning in self-pity. We all have those sad moments, fortune over fame. We all have those moments. We are human, and it is impossible for us to not think about sad times. There's a difference in thinking about sad times and living in sad times. If you need to cry, if you need to be sad, give yourself a few minutes to get that shit out. And then once you get that shit out, go on with your fucking life. And go be fucking amazing, because this situation is not going to last forever. I was in my car for almost 3 years. Almost 3 fucking years. Shit won't last forever if you don't want it to. Have a positive attitude. A positive attitude will exponentially change the way you feel about yourself and your life. What's up, Deidre? Yeah, you are super late. So I think that's all I have to say, guys. I think that is my entire story. That is everything I can say about me. Aramis says, I feel that, Keith. I'm on my 6th month, and I've definitely changed my mentality. It was really bad at first, but I know I'm working towards greatness, and I wake up to be happy and grateful. Stay positive. Yes, right. Today Forever says, all right, Pastor, time to rest. Guys, we all have been through a lot. We have been through so much. But I promise you, if I can get through, you can get through. If I can get through losing my family, you can get through losing your family. At a certain point, we just have to decide to be happy. Foxy Loxy says, what happened that led up to you living in your car? Foxy Loxy, what happened to me leading up to that led up, blah, blah, blah. What led to me living in my car was when my ex found out that I had a girlfriend. She took me to child support court, and she lied in court and said that I had never been giving her money, which was a complete lie, because before we had even gone to child support court, I was giving her around $300 a week. And when I was giving her that $300 a week, I was still picking my daughter up, taking her to school, picking her up from school, bringing her home, giving her, she was still staying with me every other weekend. But she was so upset that I had a girlfriend, and I know she might see this, but I don't give a fuck, because I'm just gonna tell the fucking truth, because I'm sick of motherfuckers always making me feel like I gotta lay down for them. Like yesterday, lay down. I'm not laying down for people anymore. I'm just gonna tell the fucking truth. Truth is, she was pissed that I didn't want to be with her ass no more, and I had another girlfriend. So she went to court, lied, told them I wasn't giving her any money. I don't recall him giving me any money. That's lying. And so I was trying to be honest with the court and tell them how much I made. When I told them how much I was making, I had my own dance studio. And when she took me to child support court, I ended up having to pay $600 a month. And it was so much that I couldn't afford to have my business anymore. When I opened my dance studio, I gave up my apartment and I was living in my dance studio. My girlfriend actually helped me. My girlfriend and her brother-in-law actually helped me build my studio. She helped me paint a lot of the things. We did a lot of work together, but for the most part, me and my daughter did a lot of painting in the office. My girlfriend helped paint some of the logos, and her brother-in-law helped me lay down the floor. It was in the middle of August that we did this, and it was so much work. I didn't have electricity in the office yet. It was so hot. I literally lost about 15 pounds, and I got sick from being in the heat so much because I was the one that was always there working too. And Mark would come in and help. He was a great help. He helped me buy some wood for the floor. Now he was great, man. He was a great dude, and my girlfriend helped me do so much stuff. It was a great experience. She threw me a big opening day party, and we cooked hot dogs, and it was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful, beautiful thing. But when I had to pay that money for child support, when I lost I couldn't pay for my studio anymore, so I had to leave it. And when I left it, I didn't have a home anymore. So that's what happened. Red Boy says, you rock, K-Fist. Thank you, Red Boy. You rock too, man. Fortune of Fame says, thank you so much. Bless you. Bless you too, bro. I have lived on the streets and the forest in Norway at wintertime, being homeless, but with love and positivity, it's a way out. That is so true. XJW Survivor says, I'm sure that was draining. We appreciate you sharing your life story with us. Man, I appreciate y'all listening. Lovers, it says, follows me, says, thank you. Deidre says, clean the house after the kids left for vacay. I've changed my mind so drastically and learned so much that this is what I intend to teach as a life coach. Yes. Natasha says, I always get the notification too late. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Gypsy Lily says, we thank you much too. My boyfriend isn't a JW, but we talk together about your videos and he enjoys watching them too. He is so supportive and he appreciates everything. No one understands fully what we went through as XJWs, but it is awesome to have people that support you. I have learned so much in the past few months just watching these videos. Man, there's so much information out there. Joe Miller says, I hope to see you put out some dance videos. Joe, if you just type in Keith Fitzpatrick in YouTube, there is a bunch of them out there, and there's actually some of my dance videos on this channel right at the beginning, right like down at the bottom. Today Forever says, ball busting women. I never tried to bust my ex down. Believe me, it would have been easy. What's the point? Why women do everything to keep their children from having two parents is beyond me. Who wins? No one wins. And I never wanted my ex to be unhappy. I honestly wanted my ex-wife to find somebody and be happy with. I just wanted to be happy with my girlfriend. Aramis Ponder says, Joe, Keith has a dance video with over 2 million views. Caught me by surprise. I want to see some more of his dance videos. There's some out there. All you have to do is Google my name. There's a bunch of them out there, guys. But I'm gonna end up with 5 YouTube channels. And they're going to be, one of them will be called H3 Dance. I have some more of my dance stuff on there. Yeah, guys. So that is my story. That is my whole complete story. I don't know what the future holds. I know, there's a lot of things that I want to happen, but it all is going to end up starting with me. The way I view the world, the way I view myself, the way I view the people around me, the way I view the people who I want in my life, and the way I view the people who I don't want in my life. But it's all going to start with me having a positive attitude about all of it. No matter what it is I want. And there's a lot of things that I want. But I'm not going to get them unless I have a positive attitude. Judame says, thanks for sharing, Keith. I have a friend in the midst of a major storm. Your testimony gives me some ideas for how to encourage them not to give up. That's what's up. Airman says, hey, I heard you're working on the meetup. Watched last night's show this morning before work. Yes, I am. I am working on a meetup. I am working on Today Forever says, I'm looking at the man in the mirror. Way to go. Don't we all need to look at the person in the mirror? According to the law of attraction, I think I'm going to do a video about the law of attraction too. According to the law of attraction, all of it starts and ends with us. Natasha Peters says, I know what living on the street. So does my brother who was kicked out 5 years before me. I DF'd myself and he was caught by one witness smoking one cigarette. Man, anyway, we ain't even gonna get on them crazy people. Crazy ass people. Yes, I am trying to arrange, I am arranging a meetup. If you guys give me a few days, I'm gonna put some questions on the community tab. Nashville is such a popular place that I feel like it would be super cool to have it here because there's so much to do and it's such a fun place. Literally everybody's coming in Nashville. But if Nashville doesn't work, I'm going to put a survey on the community tab to see what place that most people are central to. If we can find a location that more people are centrally located to, then we'll use that location for the meetup. But I want it to be at least a 2-day convention. And I want it to at least be a 2-day convention, and I want to arrange a lot of activities and a lot of speakers and a lot of panels. I don't want it to just be something that we just come to and we just sit around looking at each other. I really want this to be an informative event. No, the community tab is on YouTube, Gypsy Lily. If you go to my channel, you'll see where it says like videos and home and videos and all. And then you'll see something where it says community. The community tab is where we can interact. XJW Survivor says, dang, I'm in California, but I'm tempted to join y'all wherever. This is such a strong community. You know what? I think if we can get enough people, I think it would be so great. It would be such a strong and empowering event. Deidre says the law of attraction is a spiritual law, not to be confused with religion. It's nowhere near that. You're right, Deidre. I'll use the law of attraction every single day. Every single day. I've literally used it. I used the law of attraction to manifest myself out of this situation. When I was living in my car, I used the community tab. I'm not community tab. I used the law of attraction to get me into this house because I literally thought about this place every single day, and I told myself, I'm going to live in this house. I can't believe I'm going to live in this house. That house is mine. I can't believe I'm doing it. Oh my God, that's my house. I would say it every single day. And my girlfriend actually gave me a card at that time, and she would always say, you are so good at manifesting things into your life. And it's because I've always had confidence in my ability to have whatever it is I want. Whatever I want, if I want it badly enough, I will get that shit. I will get that shit. So if it's whatever it is, if it's a thing, if it's a woman, whatever it is, I'm going to get that shit. You can guarantee it. I will get it. So we have been on 1 hour and 40 minutes, guys. I can't tell you guys how much I appreciate that you listen to what I'm saying. DJ said, I wish you could hear me hollering. This is fantastic. Yes. Today Forever says, going to a meetup this weekend. We'll mention your platform and your meetup. Hey, thank you guys. Make sure you come. If you can, go to the community tab. I'll try to post a survey tonight, or a couple of surveys. If I don't do it tonight, I'll do it tomorrow morning. But if you can, guys, go to the survey and tell me where or when would be the best time and place for you to meet up. Whatever it is, I have someone who's going to help me arrange the whole thing, and we'll try to figure out pricing. We'll try to figure out the I want to have the lowest price possible for everyone, where we will still be able to have the most bang for our buck, have the most speakers, and I also will ask what types of things that you would like to hear, spoken about, what types of panels you would like to have, what type of fun things that we can do. Because I don't want it to be all super serious. I want us all to get together and have some fucking fun, man. You know what I mean? I want us to get together and actually be able to interact with each other and really talk and learn about each other and see what we're doing and fucking blow off some fucking steam. You know what I mean? This shit is not easy to deal with. So, yeah. Guys, thank you so much. Let me see what tomorrow's show is going to be. Tomorrow is Tuesday, right? Yeah. I think I'll do the What Is Your Why show tomorrow. John says it's in the middle of the night here. Put my alarm on to not miss the show. Yeah, it's going to be every night when I do, it's going to be 7:30. Love and Success follows me, says, Law of Attraction worked with my Mercedes. I use it to watch myself drive my Mercedes from the bus seat. Well, I want my Jaguar F-Type. That's what I use the Law of Attraction for, among other things. There are a few other things I'm using the Law of Attraction for. And so yeah, I get it. It totally works. Totally works. Anyway, guys, I think what I am going to do, like I said, I'll go ahead and put all that stuff out in the chat, in the community tab. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for listening to the show. Red Boy, thank you for your donation. Guys, thank you for always joining in. Tomorrow, I think we're going to talk about what is your why. Yeah, what is your why will be the topic tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Guys, thank you so much for listening to my story, and I hope that it helps someone. I hope it helps any of you who are dealing with hard times. We all deal with hard times, but if you remain positive and know your worth and know how amazing you are and know how you can overcome anything. Because think about it, no matter what hard time you've ever gone through in your life, if you don't kill yourself, you get through it. Right? We've all had hard times, and there's been some times I'm sure that we've all thought, I don't know how I'm going to get through this, but we're all here, which means we got through it. So as long as you're alive, you can get through it. Just stay positive. All right? I love you guys all so much. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you all tomorrow at 7:30. All right? I will see you then. Peace.